Alright, now I have everything else off. I'm gonna get this rotor alternator off. And before I did that, I had to order a special piece. So I haven't done anything to the bike in a week because I was waiting on parts. So I got it in the mail the other day. So this is kind of the little bag of goodies I got. I got a couple things here. Here is the puller right here that I will be using to get the rotor alternator off. There's that. I got some new impact bits. You know, it's always good to have those for the impact because I use it all the freaking time. Here's some valve grinding compound for the valves. Here's a valve lapping stick. And then I also got a sprocket wrench for the spokes of the spokes over here. So, I mean, I'm not gonna be using this right now, but I'm like, hey, might as well, you know, order it, right? Because I will eventually need it. I got this little clutch tool right here because after I pull the rotor, I'm gonna disassemble the clutch. So I got that. But yeah, so that's, you know, I had to wait for this. It only took like 6 days from ordering. So it wasn't too bad. It's pretty quick. I ordered all the tools at Vintage cb750, so there's a little shout out to them. They're pretty quick at getting me everything. But yeah, so I'm going to get this rotor off. This rotor off here. So yeah, I'm gonna start working on that. Alright, first thing you need to get the rotor off, you have to get this nut, this bolt out of here. It's a 19mm socket. If this engine was, you know, you can repair rotors and all that stuff with the bike on the, you know, on the frame and bike together. But you just wait for, you know, the compression, you know, before you can get this nut off. But I have the tops cylinder and all that stuff taken off already, so but yeah, just, you know, just pop it. Just take this nut off of here. And there's like a big thick washer that goes on, and then see the threads in here? That's where the rotor puller goes in. So next I'm going to get that and screw that in there, and then I'll be able to hammer it, and hopefully this rotor will just pop right off. So I'm going to get on that. Alright, I got the rotor puller here. It just screws in there. So you want to do like hand tight first, and then you want to make it a little tighter. Alright, see how it's pretty tight. So I will my little wrench right here, just make it a little tighter, and then you want to hit it with the hammer. But you don't want to make it too tight because if you make it too tight, it will strip the threads inside the rotor, and you're gonna have big problems then. So you don't want to over torque it, make it too tight. You don't want to strip the threads out on the rotor puller, and then you're freaking screwed. So I mean, there are other ways to get it out, you know, but this is the easiest way. But yeah, you just want to make it a little tighter. Then you want to pop it with the hammer, and if it doesn't come off, make it a little more tighter. Pop it, you know, and just keep working it, you know, that way, and then the whole rotor assembly should pop right off. So yeah, so I'm gonna get going on that. Alright, so I hit it with this hammer right here, really good. I tried it first, hit it really hard. It wasn't really coming off, and then, you know, I was being a little nervous Nancy about screwing this too tight, you know what I mean? So I'm like, alright, I'll screw a little tighter, you know, the crescent wrench right here, and you know, a little tighter, and I hit it and just popped right off, super easy. Like, I was like, oh. So as you see, she's free. There's the rotor right there. I'm unscrewing the puller. You know, I just don't want to screw the puller way too tight in there and mess up the threads. But if it doesn't come off the first time, just screw it a little tighter and hit it. I didn't even really hit it that hard, you know what I mean? And then here's the there's the starter gear, so you can kind of see how this works. So the starter goes in here, shoots out, and it goes on this set of teeth right here, and it spins it, and then it spins this guy, and then it spins this, and this is what starts, you know, what starts the motor with the electric starter. So that's kind of how that goes. But yeah, this, you know, pull this off too. I'm gonna pull all this assembly off now. Finally, I'm gonna put these two pieces together. Alright, so there's that. And then here's this guy. And there's that guy. And then there's pretty much the side. So she's out. She's free. She looks really good. So I'm gonna definitely reuse everything that I've taken off on this side. So I tagged and bagged everything, and yeah, so that's pretty much this side. Next side, I'm gonna start working on the clutch. So, and then once I do that, and then I'm gonna split this freaking case finally, and then I'll go from there. Alright, now I'm going to remove the clutch assembly right here. Basically, I'm going to remove these 10mm bolts. There's 4 bolts. I'm going to remove those. And that's the lifter plate, which is right here. Here's the manual. I always look at the manual before I do anything. So, but yeah, so that's the first step. So I'm going to pull those off right now. Alright, you see I got the lifter plate off. It's right here. It's 4 bolts. There's a bearing in there. It stays in there. Bearing looks great, so I don't have to replace that. And then there's springs for each bolt. So see the springs in there. So I'm gonna take all these springs out of here. Put them together. And then there's like this nut right here, and there's these tabs you have to, my camera sucks, sorry. There's tabs that are tabbed in there. You have to knock them back, these tabs. And then you can get this little guy right here. In the manual, it says to use a welding rod right here to get that nut off. So, I mean, I don't have one. I've seen people just use like a flathead screwdriver, just wedge it in there and knock it down, you know, to loosen it up. I don't know if I'm gonna go that route. I might just run up to the store and see if I can find something to make that work real quick. Just get that off, and then once that comes off, this outer plate will come off, and then I'll be able to get all of the plates and discs out of there. So, but yeah, so I'm gonna maybe take the Harley out and go for a little quick ride to the store and see what I can find, and I'll be back. Alright, I just got back from my little ride. I couldn't find anything, but I found something that would work, but it's too small. It only goes up to, I don't know, like 20mm or whatever, but it's definitely a lot bigger than that. It's like a universal socket with like the rods in that like conform into the shape. You know what I mean? I saw a guy do it once, get it out that way, but I needed a lot bigger socket in order to do it. So what I did was there's little notches in here, and these little clips. What you have to do is kind of got to get these clips up. This one only had 2 on there. There's 4 grooves on this little socket right here, but only 2 of them had little clips on. So I just banged them back, and then excuse me, and then I'll be able to get that little nut off there. I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know if I'm going to, you know, keep looking to find something. Otherwise, I can do the little getaway is kind of get your little screwdriver in there like that, and then just hammer it down, you know, and loosen it that way. I should be able to do it that way, but I don't know what I'm going to do. I might, you know, try a couple other things first. If not, you know, I'll just do it that way. It looks like Looks like someone kind of did that already to get this on there. Well, maybe not. I don't know. Looks pretty good. But yeah, once I get that off, I'll be able to get the disc out and all that stuff. So, but I got to get this little guy out of here first. So that's where I'm at right now, and I'm gonna try to finesse and figure out the best way to do that. So I'll be back. All right, I just did the getaway. It worked perfectly fine. What I did was I MacGyvered it right in there, and then I would just hit it down like that, kept going until it loosened. It was really easy to loosen it up. So I'm gonna pull this guy out of here. Alright, so there's the nut right there. And here's that thing that you bang, that you hit around it. Yeah, so it goes on like that. Yeah, and then this should there's a washer in here. So the washer pops right out. This inner housing should just pop right out. There she is. So that's the outer little housing, and then now should all these discs and everything are free now, but I'm gonna leave them in because I want to take them out perfectly. I want to keep them in order and everything. Look at it, because they got to go pretty much directly. I want to put them in. First, I'm gonna check them out, make sure I don't have to replace them. If I have to replace them, I will. But if not, I'm just gonna throw them back in the same order that they came out in. So I'm gonna check that out right now. All right, as you can see, I got the cover and the disc out of there. Here's all the discs right here. See, here's all the discs. Then here is the inner cover. Just basically goes right in there, just like that. And the discs go around it. And then this guy, the top outer cover goes on like that, so kind of just hugs the disc just like that. So just goes in just like that. So that's how that goes. In the inside here, there is a washer right here. So there's that guy that comes out. In order to get this the inner housing right here. The manual says I have to use a sprocket puller. So it looks like I'm gonna have to get one of those guys. I know for sure I can pick that up at any store. So once I pull this guy off of here, then pretty much that's it for the clutch assembly. And then I can start working on getting this case split, the bolts out of there. So. And hopefully that's that. So yeah. So I'm gonna try to find a puller, a sprocket puller to pull that out, and then I'll be done with the clutch. So I'm gonna see what I can do with that. All right, guys. Today I picked up a puller set right here, so I can finish up getting that clutch assembly off. I just gotta get the inner basket or outer basket, or whatever you call it. I just gotta get that out of there. In order to get it out, you gotta pull it out. So that's the only way. So here's the rest of the clutch right here. I kind of put it all back together, kind of how it was, and then I'll just set that in the basket when it's done. But yeah, I just picked this little 3-jaw puller set at Harbor Freight. I think it was like $19, $20, something like that. But yeah, here's the the larger one and the middle one. I didn't put together the small one, but should do its job hopefully. So yeah, I'm gonna give it a shot and we'll see how it works. Alright, I connected the puller. You can see right here. I pulled that washer back out. The washer just goes right in there. Then just use your wrench right here and just turn it. And then it'll slowly gonna disconnect and pull. So I'm gonna get going on that, and then I'll be back. Alright, you can see it's almost there. You can see the gap right in here. It's already coming out, so it is working. So I'm just going to continue to tighten it. Should be almost there. So. Any minute, any second. It's almost out. Almost there. You see it coming out. So it's like right there. There it goes. Boom, she's off. Get this puller out of here. And that's what I was pulling off. See, there's the gear on the back. You kind of see the inside. You see there's another bearing in there. Yeah. Here's the Kickstarter right here. And the Kickstarter gear. So it turns it over when you kickstart. But yeah, here's the this piece right here. It just goes right in there, just like that. So it's pretty much the whole clutch assembly off the bike. So it was really easy. I mean, I'll be completely honest. I was trying to use the puller at first for about 10 minutes, and I had the pullers on backwards. They were facing outwards. See how they're facing inwards right here, and see, like, here's the bigger puller that I have. You see, it was just like this, facing outwards on the bottom, and it's the opposite way. And I'm sitting there, and I'm like, I connected it, and every time I tighten, it just comes unloose. I'm like, what the heck's going on? So I'm like, yeah, something's got to be wrong here. So I just switched these around. These guys are on right there, and as soon as it, caught on, just came right off. Super easy. So take your time. If it's not working, obviously something's wrong, and try something else. So, but yeah, so that's pretty much everything off the bike that kind of see. So I'm gonna split the case. So what I'm gonna do is get all these bolts on top and bottom, and I'm gonna split this guy. And then I'll look in the bottom end, see how, check the bearings, check just check everything, make sure all the gears, all the teeth are good in the gears. Check the chain, make sure that's all good. Just check everything. If I need to replace it, I'll replace it. If not, then I'm just gonna leave it. I'm not gonna replace it if I don't have to. But yeah, that's where I'm at right now. Next video, I will be splitting this case. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed and enjoy watching the videos. Like I said, please feel free to subscribe or comment below, and I'll catch you next time.